Hello, welcome to India's largest e-learning platform BYJU'S Exam Prep. I am Phaninder and I am here to present the strategy for GATE 2023 students to discuss on the strategy related to the control system subject. Well, I know you are waiting for this and I am also waiting for that. Let's enjoy the evening together. So I want to see your response in the comment box. So whoever are really waiting for the class, so please let me know. I will be so much energetic and let's enjoy the class together with more and more energy. Very nice. So I am seeing so many students are waiting for me for the control system strategies. Well, you will not get at all disappointed regarding this. Definitely I will do my best. Right. So before going to the actual strategy of control system, I would love to tell this point to every one of you. Control system is being considered as one of the very important subject, not only for ECE students, even for electrical students and even for instrumentation students. Of course, in the later stage of presentation, you will understand that it is equally important for all three branch students. So, this session is useful for electrical students, ECE students and instrumentation students. I know very well many of you are waiting for my profile. Obviously, right? So if I am present in the strategy means you all need to know about myself. So first let me introduce myself so that everyone will join in the chat box. Very well. Hello. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Vicky Gola. Very good evening to everyone. Vijay. Good evening. Isha Agarwal. Good evening. First of all, I heartily welcome all of you onto the BYJU'S Exam Prep platform. Well, you can see my profile on the screen. I have an experience of nearly 11 plus years. I have taught so many subjects related to ECE, electrical as well as instrumentation all over the country, and I have taught more than 350 branches so far. And along that, more than 50,000 students, you can see on the screen, 50,000 students. I am really blessed to teach this many of students. And when it comes to the areas of expertise, apart from instrumentation, I am equally good in dealing control systems and measurements and the core instrumentation part. Anyway, all you know. Well, very nice, very nice. Very happy to see all of you. We will start the strategy. However, before going to the actual strategy, I would like to tell you one important point to everyone. Whatever may be the work you do, even if you are going to get married after 5 to 6 months later, what would be the first work you will do? Let's discuss about the strategy later. That's not a big deal. Definitely we'll discuss about the strategy. But I would like to ask this question. Anything you do, generally, in your real-time life also, even if you want to get married after 1 year, so what would be the plan? Obviously, you will go for some pre-planning, isn't it? Similarly, even if you are preparing for the GATE examination, the first thing what you need to do is your pre-planning. Whether it may be control system subject, or whether it may be analog electronics subject, or whether it may be circuit theory subject. Whatever it may be, you required pre-planning. So, our strategy starts from pre-planning. After that, I will explain what to do. And at the end, naturally, you will understand everything related to the strategy. So, in my opinion, following the basic strategies sincerely with the commitment and consistency, that is more than sufficient for GATE examination. Well, what we have to do at very first level, being it a control system or it may be any other subject, don't confine this discussion only to the control system subject. I would like to involve in this discussion, understand that it is similar to all the subjects of the GATE examination. So the very first thing, as I was saying, you have to go for the pre-work, and pre-work is very important. Then you may ask a question to me, sir, what do you mean by pre-work? And why do we really require to do pre-work? So, first thing is, when you want to study any subject for the GATE examination, the very first thing you must do is get the weightage, average weightage of that particular subject. This is a very important statement, and most of the students, they really don't do this. But you have to get the average of last 5 years. And don't ask me a question that I will take the average of 10 years. Of course, you are allowed to do that. However, if you take 5 years sample, and that is more than sufficient. So, if you take the average weight of the last 5 years for control system subject, you will really understand that it has a weightage nearly 8 to 10 marks. However, I will present that in the upcoming lecture. No need to worry about that. Well, you have done, pre-planning, and you understood really like average weightage in the last 5 years. I'm very happy about that, right? After seeing the average weightage, you understood that the particular subject is really very, very important. Then baad mein kya karega? So what you need to do after that? Well, I'm seeing so many statements in the chat box. I'm very happy to see lot many students here. Good evening, Gautam Das. Yes, I'm from Telugu states. Good. Okay, Chandu. Yes. Good evening everyone. Well, the very first thing is whenever you prepare for any exam, whether that may be GATE or whether that may be SC or whether that may be SSC JEE, anything, the very first step is you should collect your GATE syllabus. And GATE syllabus from the authenticated source, that is GATE notification. Go to particular IIT and see the notification and get the syllabus of the examination. Why do you really require to know about the syllabus? Anyone, why we require to know about the syllabus? I would love to see the response from you guys. So waiting for your response really. So why do you know, or why do you require to know about the syllabus? Yes, good, very good. So if you know the syllabus, then you will understand how much you have to study, what is the length of the subject, and what is the depth of the subject that is really required, isn't it? So that's why you must know your GATE syllabus first. And immediately after that, you should document the entire syllabus in a very proper and structured manner. Ho sakta hai, like there are 10 subjects are there in the GATE examination on an average for each and every branch student. However, it is not possible for any student to remember the whole syllabus, isn't it? That's why you should document the entire syllabus in a more structural way so that you can understand the syllabus in the much more better way. This is also pre-work. I am not still entered into the strategy part, but I am saying you that first what you should do before getting into the strategy, right? So more importantly, you should pull the material, pull the required material. So what is obviously the required material means? Of course, the classroom notes, followed by that workbook. And if you are blessed with the previous year questions, you have to take that into the consideration from the most authenticated source. आपको मिल जाएगा like YouTube पे, even on the digital platform, you will get lot many materials, right? Lot such kind of material. But of course, you cannot consider every material as authenticated material. So you have to trust an authenticated source and get the material from that. Okay. And last but not least, that is prepare your own strategy. I have clearly mentioned that you have to prepare your own strategy. If you speak with the toppers, every topper, they will say different strategy. Of course, if you consider top 100 students, you cannot follow 100 different strategies, isn't it? But you can take 100 common things out of 100 toppers and note down that and customize the strategy according to your availability and flexibility. However, your strategy must be in line with the GATE syllabus. That is very important. So I have made the pre-work discussion very clearly. I hope you really enjoyed this, right? To know the extent to which the preparation should be done. Yes, excellent. Very good. I love to answer. To score better in the exam. Yes, Vijay Srinivasan, I am really very happy to see you once again on the live. Definitely we will enjoy the sessions together. Of course, from tomorrow onwards, I will going to start the process control and you people really start loving it simply. Okay. Moving ahead to the actual strategy, I am going to discuss in this particular lecture a very simple strategy. Of course, most of you might really know about this. However, let me tell you, the strategy name is C cube. Interesting, isn't it, right? So even the strategy also looks like a simple equation, isn't it? But let me tell you, it's not an equation. Rather, there is a simple story behind that. So those who really want to understand the story, they should be with me till the end of the session. And I must say, at the end, you will really get a very good strategy. Okay? So let me move on to the things. First, as I said, you should get the weightage in the last 5 years. For control system students, as I said, it is equally important for ECE students, electrical students, iron students. Look at the weightage on the screen. You will be really surprised to see that for EC students, it is almost around 8 to 10 marks. For electrical, in fact, that is for electrical students, of course. For EC students, it is around 7 to 9 marks. And when it comes to instrumentation students, it is more than 10 marks average, right? So there is a logic behind instrumentation syllabus, I will let you know, but you must understand the fact that for whatever may be the branch, whether you are from ECE or whether you are from electrical or whether you are from instrumentation, doesn't matter. Control system is really a very, very, very important subject to you, and it has a weightage on an average from 8 marks to 10 marks. So it covers nearly 10% of the whole marks. Therefore, you have to give a huge importance to the control system subject. And if you are preparing for GATE 2023, I must say at any cost you should not leave this subject. Clear? Well, Pramit is asking a question, sir, will the process control classes here be helpful for the interview preparation? Pramit, I can tell you one thing, that from tomorrow onwards we are going to discuss the process control instrumentation. The best part of this is, it is not only useful for the interview preparation, it is useful for anything. Even if you go and work in a PSU, after 2 years also you will require the help of these classes. Okay? So, never try to worry about only for the interviews. Understand and enjoy the learning. Naturally, it will help to the interview preparation along with your GATE score also. Clear? Well, let me move on to the next part, that GATE syllabus. As I said, once you are clear with the weightage, the immediate thing what you need to do is understand the syllabus first. Look at the syllabus. For electrical engineering, oh my god, there are 5 lines are there, so it looks like, you know, it's a big paragraph and you really feel that, oh my god, so much syllabus is there. But trust me, everything is related. If you understand very, very small basics, I must say you will really enjoy the whole syllabus like anything. Okay? And if you see the electrical engineering syllabus, more or less it will really coincide with your graduation syllabus, isn't it? Have you seen these things like mathematical modeling and block diagram reduction and signal flow graph, transient state and steady state analysis? So many things are there here, right? So even IIT people are having a lot of patience to describe the whole syllabus. I must appreciate them. Okay, Bode plot and Nyquist criteria and root loci, lead, lag compensators, of course, what not. Everything whatever you have studied in your graduation, that is there here in electrical engineering. And interesting thing is, if you look at EC, that is electronics engineering, even you can find the similar kind of subject but put it in a different way, right? So if you see the correlation, you will understand that it is 100% same. The syllabus of ECE and syllabus of electrical both are same, right? And interesting fact is, even for instrumentation engineering also it is same syllabus. But the only thing for instrumentation students is, there is an extra portion from here to here, and people do call this extra portion as process control instrumentation. Clear? So this is exactly what we are going to deal from tomorrow onwards. Of course, as I promised, we will going to discuss so deeply related to this subject. Clear? Process control instrumentation. This is the reason why you are able to see more number of marks coming from instrumentation stream. In fact, instrumentation stream almost 8 to 11 marks is the average weightage for the control system. This is because of the extra part that is added in the syllabus. Of course, that is process control instrumentation. Clear? So moving ahead to the important strategy, as I said. I don't say that this is a very brilliant strategy, but I would like to tell you this point. 11 years back, when I was a student, I followed this strategy. In fact, this is my own strategy. And as you have seen about myself, I have given the GATE almost 11 times. So you must understand that how powerful this strategy is, even it is looking very simple. As I was saying earlier, you have to collect the syllabus and document that particular syllabus in a more appropriate way. Something like that. Go to the market and just buy one A4 size paper and clearly rule the A4 size paper like this, which is visible on the screen. Leftmost column you can keep the chapter number and then chapter topic, in fact the chapter name, and then the subtopics in the chapter, exactly like what is visible on the slide. Now I would like to give a small example to you, that on the A4 size paper you have to mention like this. Means first you have to keep the introduction as a first chapter. Okay, even you may feel that why we require introduction, we know about control system. Don't feel like that, right? So IIT is very clever and they can prove you like easily they can prove that you have to know many things. Okay, so in introduction you have to go through the prerequisite of the subject. Prerequisite means what is really required to understand the subject in a much more better way. So whether do you really require to know about some other subjects before coming to the control system or not? Yes, of course. You require to know some basics of differential equations. You require to know some basics related to the Laplace transform. Along with that, you must know some basics related to the signals and systems to understand the control system. Clear? Now you might be seeing on the right side, there are three different columns are there, right? Like level 1 and level 2 and level 3. I will tell you what you mean by level 1 and level 2 and level 3 and you really will enjoy. Level 1 means if you have completed the classroom lectures, then you have to put it clearly as a tick here corresponding to that particular topic. Clear? That means level 1 is completely related to the classroom notes. So let me write down here classroom notes or classroom lectures. Clear? So that means suppose on the chart when you see the second chapter like basics, mathematical modeling, you have attended my classes or you have attended the some other faculty classes or you have gone through some video recording classes, whatever it may be, you have gone through some lectures. So if you complete the mathematical modeling, yes, you have to tick this. Similarly, if you have gone through the transfer function and understood the basics of transfer function very well from the classroom notes or classroom lectures, then you have to put a tick here. So likewise, in each and every chapter, for each and every topic, once you complete the classroom discussion, then you have to keep a tick. So it looks very simple, right? But you have to remember this point. The day when you started doing this, your paper looks very empty, right? So you will lose the confidence. 10 chapters are there, almost 50-60 topics are there. How to cover this many topics? This is a usual tendency and the doubt the students used to get. But I must say, day one you may be really not so confident. But once you are doing this regularly as a practice, look at what will happen after 1 month. After 1 month, you feel that the entire page is completely filled and you will really feel very happy and confident. And that has happened even with me also. And I was guiding so many students from couple of years and even the students are also feeling the same. Now what this level 2 really mean, right? So once you have done with your classroom lectures, then level 2 actually deals with a very important stage, that is nothing but solving the questions in workbook. Okay, so many students, they don't give so much of interest to this. Sir, do you take control system classes like process control classes in YouTube? I will request this, as you have asked this, so I will put definitely this to the management and we will come up with the best idea for that. Okay, so I am assuring this that we will try to cover at least the most interesting questions in the YouTube. If possible, we may take some sections related to the control system in YouTube where you really have some doubts. Clear? So coming to the level 2, as I said, it is all about solving the questions in workbook and even solving some practice questions. Suppose let us say, for example, you are studying the second chapter, that is basics, and you have completed transfer function as a topic, then tick that. Yes, you have attended the classes of transfer function, so you have marked tick. And right immediate to that, you have to go to the workbook and solve the questions related to the transfer function and again mark that clearly here, right? And once you have completed the workbook questions, then what left to you? Obviously previous year questions, right? So the level 3 is definitely about the previous year questions. Many students, what they do is they ignore this and they think that they can solve these previous year questions just before the exam. That is absolutely foolishness. Just after completing your topic, you have to answer the previous year questions to understand whether you really understood the subject or not. Correct? So the previous questions has to be solved right immediately once you have done your workbook. Clear? So the previous questions must be solved. Understood? So once you have completed your previous questions, then again make a tick here. That is how it goes, isn't it? So this means if you complete all these levels, it means that the transfer function is completed. So आराम से आप सो जाएंगे, right? You can even sleep now, right? Sir, will you teach control system? Yes, Balu Desai will definitely have that discussion later. Bode plot, and yes, of course, Bode plot, polar plot is very important for control system. Trust me, we will definitely have that discussion, okay? And we will have a separate sessions only for the Bode plot and polar plot. Be assured for that. So next, when will you start the next batch? So of course, that is the decision taken by the management. So definitely they will look at your reply and look at your comment, and they will come up with the best suggestion. Don't worry about that, okay? So I have explained one particular topic. Now let me take a simple topic other than this, right? Suppose, let us say you are going to the fourth chapter. Fourth chapter is very important chapter, that is stability here, okay? So in stability, the major concepts are there like impulse response. For example, RH criteria, which is called as a Routh-Harwich criteria. First step is what? What would be the first step? Anyone, can you answer this? What is the weightage of process control? Good. 2 to 3 marks. 2 to 3 marks is the weightage of process control. Good. Anyone else? I want to know from your side, RH criteria is the topic. What should be the first thing you have to do? The first thing you should do is you have to go for the level 1 preparation. Means you should attend the classes and take the lectures from the authenticated source. Once you have done with that, then we have to go for the level 2. What is all about level 2? Level 2 is about only solving the questions in the workbook. And then you have to go through the level 3, that is all about previous year questions. So likewise, each and every topic, you have to study very deeply. Then you don't require any of, brilliant strategies. This is a very simple strategy, but it will really work well. Now, you see, the day when you start this strategy, your entire page looks like empty. But the day when you are almost reaching to 30 to 40 days, you feel that the total paper is full. Means you have completed the control system. And more importantly, when you repeatedly see this paper on the wall, you will understand which topic you have prepared and which topic you forgot to prepare, and what is your confidence in a particular chapter or particular topic. That is how it really helps you a lot. Now I want to know from your side, is it really helpful to you, all of you, or not? So every one of you, I want the answer from your side. So the strategy is really helpful to you or not? Good. Poles of left half of S-plane in transfer function. Good. Right? Yes, of course. That is the answer for the stability. I really appreciate to you. However, this is not the class discussion. I am just putting a strategy. So are you following or not? Good. Excellent. Now let me move on to the next one. That is simple strategy. Like, what is the very simple strategy we can follow for the GATE examination? As I was saying earlier, it looks like a very simple vague equation, isn't it? So it looks like C cube. Ye kya hai? C cube means what? So I'll tell you, you really get surprised. The first thing is, listen the classes. I repeat, listen the classes. They might be offline classes, they might be online classes, they might be recorded classes. Whatever it may be, take an authenticated source and listen the classes with a great commitment. Why I use the word like commitment is, some students, they will just look at the video only for 10 minutes if it is recorded. It should not be the case. You have to see the continuous lecture starting from the topic and to the end of the topic. That is why I call this as a commitment, right? You should not leave the video in between, or you should not leave the lecture in between. So the first thing is, you have to listen the classes with a great commitment. And next immediate thing is, solve the questions in the workbook so consistently. People do mean that, what do you mean by consistency? I'll tell you, like, day 1, you have answered the questions in the workbook, but day 2, you have answered very few. Day 3, you have not answered anything. It would not be like that, and it should not be like that. You have to solve the questions in the workbook on a particular topic so consistently and so regularly. That is very, very important, okay? And more importantly, third one is, attempt the test series confidently. Majority students, what they do is, they will wait till the end of the preparation and then they will go for the test series. I suggest that if you are doing in that way, you will never be able to complete your preparation. Trust me. Even just one day before the exam also you feel that you have to prepare more or you have to prepare something else. That would not be the case. Once you have completed a topic, it would be always better to write a test on that particular topic to understand whether your preparation really reached to the level of the GATE examination or not. Correct? So that's why I'm using this word like attempt the test series confidently even if your preparation is not so good enough. Because sometimes when you attempt the test series, that will drive your preparation. Clear? You will understand really whether you are good in a particular topic or not, and that will help you to go through the topic once again, and from that rigorous preparation you will be able to do very good in the next test. So this is how actually you should move. Hope I have conveyed the entire strategy very well, and I feel that everyone enjoyed this particular session. As I was saying, this looks very simple, but following this strategy is really walking on the knife, because your patience will be checked here, your commitment will be checked here, your consistency will be checked here. Clear? So obviously if you have all these three things, you will enjoy a lot. So to have all these three things, what is really required? That means how one can be really confident, and how one can really be consistent, and one can be committed. So to have all these three things, you must love the work what you are doing. So I sincerely suggest every one of you, just enjoy the beauty of learning, and enjoy the beauty of learning, and enjoy the beauty of learning. This is the only word that should be there in your mind, and we will get connected on the YouTube live session tomorrow on process control. I hope this session is really useful to every one of you who is there in the live. If you have any doubts, you are free to ask that in the live chat, and you are free to ask that even in the comment box. We will either answer those questions in online or even in the offline. Thank you very much.